Hi and welcome back to my channel. So obviously you've seen the title and already know what this video is about. I am pregnant with my second child. My first child is a girl, her name is Alani, and she actually turns 2 in a month. I'm really excited about all of the birthday plans for her. We are in Pennsylvania, and a part of Pennsylvania that is in lockdown so far until June 4th. So it will definitely be just myself, my husband, and Alani for her birthday party. But I am really still excited about that. And I do plan on trying to get a video up about how that goes. Her first and hopefully only birthday party in quarantine. But back to what this video is actually about. At the time that I post this, I will be exactly 12 weeks pregnant. It's actually really fun that it turned out that my 12-week mark ended up landing on Mother's Day. So though there are a few family members that already know, it is going to be fun to be able to announce to the rest of family and friends on Mother's Day that we are expecting our second child. Though everything is so different around us with the pandemic, I really did like that we found out on St. Patrick's Day. So things hadn't quite gotten to the point that they are now. Things are way more serious at this point. I was definitely still nervous, but I feel like I was able to be more excited than nervous because things hadn't escalated to where they are now. When I thought I might be pregnant, stores were still open, so I was able to scoop up Alani, run to Target, and get a test. And the last time I was pregnant, I just had the strips because they were super inexpensive and easy, but this time around, I really wanted to have a digital test. All right, so you're just gonna have to ignore my appearance because I clearly did not plan on filming today. But I'm trying to be quiet because Evan is working from home upstairs and I don't know when he's gonna come downstairs. So let's see, this should be ready. Oh my gosh. There's no lying about that one. Oh my god, I cannot even believe it. I'm seriously like freaking out a bit. It was actually really nice to have that digital test and see that it actually said pregnant on it. It was just, I don't know, it just felt different to see the words. I didn't wait very long before telling Evan. I did try to do like somewhat of a cute setup. Basically the same thing I did with Alani. We have a giant bear in her nursery. When I found out I was pregnant with her, and we obviously didn't have a nursery at that point, I had set up the bear, a book, and a bib in our dining room for Evan to see when he came home from work. So that bear is currently in Alani's nursery, and I set it up the same way, just in her room. And I asked Evan to come into the room and help me with something, and that's how I told him.
Oh, nah, really? Nah.
It was kind of funny though because I pulled him away from work. He is working from home, and so it was kind of like this great exciting moment, and then all right, back to work. So it was definitely a lot different than the first time. I probably should have waited till the end of the day, but I was just too excited. With my first pregnancy, we told family the same day that we found out. For this one, I waited for my first appointment just because I was a lot more nervous. And my first appointment was around 8 weeks. I talked to my mom and grandmother every single day, and it was very hard to wait that long, but I was just really nervous that I would go into the first appointment and it just not go the way I wanted to. And actually, my first appointment isn't even when I got my ultrasound. So they did the urine sample and they did blood work, but I had to wait 2 days to go back for the ultrasound where I would actually see the baby. And though I saw the heartbeat, I still have yet to hear the heartbeat. So I actually waited till my second appointment to tell family. I just wanted to see for myself that everything was okay. I did record as much as I could for my first and second appointments. I was not allowed to record in the office, and I definitely was not allowed to record for the ultrasound, but I will put in what I was able to capture. I found out I was pregnant on St. Patrick's Day, and today is the day after Easter Monday, so it's been like a month. I am currently right outside my doctor's office. Honestly, it felt so good to just get in my car and drive, and just feel like there was some normalcy. I'm early, so I figured I would at least just do a little bit of an update on how I'm doing personally. So honestly, the first 2 weeks probably after I found out, I really wasn't in bad shape at all. The exhaustion definitely hit hard, and I've been trying to nap when Alani naps. There are some days I can get away with not napping, but a lot of times I need to. These past few days, the nausea has definitely hit. I did not really get sick very much with my first pregnancy, and honestly, I'm not too bad now. I've gotten sick probably 3 or 4 times, which is more than the last time, but it really hasn't been that bad. I'm not a person who's afraid of getting sick or anything like that, so it really doesn't bother me that much. Eating has been tough. I have moments where I can eat, moments where I can't. I just try to eat a little bit. Most of the time, I want something that of course we don't have, but I'm just taking it one day at a time. So as I said, I'm outside my doctor's office right now. I made my mask, so this is the best I could do with what I had. I think I'll hot glue gun one later, but I literally thought of this last night and was like, crud, I never made my mask. So I have that ready. And this is probably going to be the only appointment I have until the anatomy scan, unfortunately. I know that they're really trying to limit the number of doctor appointments. So I've got this, and then I will probably have my anatomy scan. Hopefully that'll be all. As long as everything goes well today, I won't need additional appointments. That's at least something that I feel that I can handle. I've been kind of nervous about this appointment. I feel like with my first pregnancy, I wasn't overwhelmed with negative things on social media when it comes to pregnancy. And I feel like since having Alani, I've followed a lot more moms and different companies and all of kind of stuff. And I've just seen how so many things could go wrong. And I will say that that has definitely made this pregnancy so much different, because I've been a lot more nervous and a little anxious. So I'm just really hoping that everything goes well today, and then obviously for the rest of the pregnancy. But I think I'm getting close to the time that I'm supposed to head in there. I did see a few of the nurses and everything heading in, so I'm going to try my best to record as much as I can for Evan, since obviously he can't be here with me. That's another thing that's a little disappointing. My first pregnancy, my mom actually went to my first appointment with me, and that was nice. This time around, though, I was looking forward to having Evan, and obviously he can't be there, but I will try to record as much as I can for him so that he'll be able to see, since he never got to experience it with the first one. And if things go as planned, this is my last pregnancy. I'm back home now, and I actually have to go back in 2 days. That's when they will do the ultrasound. Today was just paperwork and blood work. So I will be heading back there on Thursday, and hopefully everything checks out. So I am here for the second time this week now. This time to get my ultrasound. I really hope that they get me right in, because I have so much water in my bladder right now. Oh my gosh. I forgot how almost painful this part can be, because you just have to drink so much freaking water. And I mean, I had to go to the bathroom probably half an hour ago. So here we are. And of course, the main line never has nice smooth roads. It was just an unbearable trip here. So I just can't wait for this to be over, honestly, so I can finally go to the bathroom. I don't know if that's more than anyone needed to know, but I really have to go to the bathroom right now. I didn't even finish recording after my ultrasound appointment because I was so hungry. I got back into the car after the appointment, which was such a disaster because of the person ahead of me being late and me having to wait so long for my appointment. And I mean, it probably was an additional 15 minutes. So like probably overall 30 minutes. But for those of you guys who are pregnant or have been pregnant, you know how much you are required to drink before that ultrasound and how hard it is, especially if you're like me and you're not very good at making sure that you drink a lot of water normally. It was really, really, really hard for me to wait until my appointment. I honestly didn't think I was gonna make it. But I ended up forgetting to record because once I got to the car, I was incredibly hungry. I went to McDonald's, which I could not tell you the last time I was at McDonald's, but that was the nearest place I could get food. And I went straight there and ate my food in the car on the way home. So that is why I never even finished that vlog. Everything went great. I do have my little pictures of the tiny little thing because at that point, I mean, I don't even know how small it was. Not that he or she is much bigger right now, but I mean, at that point, it's just a tiny little blob. I'm really excited to get back to filming. I honestly have not been very motivated, but on top of that, being sick for 2 weeks this time around was definitely tough. I was so tired, and then throw in a 1-year-old on top of that. So moments that I didn't have Alani, I was sleeping. I really want to do a day in the life video since we haven't just done a vlog style video in a while. So I'm hoping to get one of those up within the next 2 weeks. I feel like this happens every time I do a sit down video, but my camera overheated, so hopefully this is somewhat lined up the way it was before. I honestly have no idea what I was talking about. I'd love to blame that on pregnancy brain, but that's just my brain. It's really interesting going through a second pregnancy because I've read and seen so much about people saying how quickly their belly is growing or grew with a second pregnancy or any pregnancies after that. And I was curious as to how that would be with me. And I think when I took my 10-week photo, I was as big as I was in my 15-week photo when I was pregnant with Alani. So my uterus definitely knows what it's doing and is just jumping right back into action. I had started to gain weight and then ended up losing it all and then some in those 2 weeks that I was sick. I haven't really had any strange cravings, or I wouldn't even say I've had cravings at all, because there was just a period of time that I didn't want to see, think about, or smell food. But I always love salty foods, so I am allowing myself to give in more than I normally would with things like that. I have not yet been put on a prescription iron supplement like I did the last time around. I've always had to take iron, and I've only really taken it seriously with my pregnancies. I know I should be taking it seriously all the time, but I absolutely hate taking my iron pills. I hate taking any pills at all. So when I found out I was pregnant, I started taking them, and even with having been taking them, my iron is still low. So I won't be surprised if the next time I go for blood work, I do have to be put on a prescription iron again. We haven't told Alani that I'm pregnant. I honestly don't know that she'd care, but I did want to wait till we told other people just in case she said something out of nowhere that we didn't expect when we were on a video call with someone or something like that. So I don't honestly know when we're going to tell her, because I really just don't think she's going to care. So we'll probably wait until I'm showing more and it's more noticeable to her. But speaking of showing, I'll show you what I'm working with right now. I mean, considering I'm below what I was when I first found out I was pregnant, it's just so weird to see how big my belly is. Obviously, it's going to be substantially bigger than this, but for me to only be 12 weeks, I'm lucky we're in quarantine, because it would be pretty hard to hide this. By the end of the night, when I've been eating all day, there's no mistaking it. This is where I am right now without sucking in or sticking my belly out. This is what I've got so far. I've got a long way to go. I think that's really all that I have to say about how the first trimester has gone so far. I had Alani in June, and this baby's not due until November. So I am gonna have to see how this is gonna go with maternity clothes. Luckily, it'll be summer for a bit, and I've got a lot of dresses that I know will work, but that is definitely going to be something I have to figure out as things go. We're gonna wait until the anatomy scan to find out if we are having a boy or a girl. We are definitely going to find out. I think it's great that people wait, and I think it's great they're able to do that, but I am not one of those people. I need to know. So we are definitely going to be finding out when we're able to have the anatomy scan. If it is a girl, I'm just kind of bummed that I can't fully reuse Alani's clothes. As I said, Alani was born in June, so the weather was warm for when she was born, and this baby is going to be born in November. I was hoping to have my second baby around the same time so that if it was a girl, we could reuse things, but hey, things don't go as planned. I will definitely have another pregnancy update for when I'm closer to the end of my second trimester. Maybe I'll do something in between, I'm not sure, but I know I will definitely at least post a second trimester kind of recap video. But that is it for this one. If you are also expecting, congratulations. I'm so happy we get to be on this journey together, and I'd love to learn more about you in the comments. Also, feel free to follow me over on Instagram. I am way more active on that. And then I also have a website that I'm going to try to keep updated, not just with pregnancy stuff, but with other things as well. If you like this video, it would mean so much to me if you gave it a thumbs up, and I would love to have you as a subscriber if you're not already. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!